So, one of the biggest announcements in the comic book movie world just dropped in January, and we are still absolutely hyped, pumped, turned up for what is coming. The hierarchy of power really has changed, and if you love DC or superhero content in general, then you need to stay tuned to this episode. So what's happening, Podvengers? Welcome back to another episode of the Podtastic 4. It's your boy Blacksby, and today I have with me Luis and Graham. If you can't tell, today we're talking about the major news from James Gunn and the team at DC Studios. We are so excited to update y'all on the slate as we give you our thoughts, our predictions, and maybe a little fan cast action. We'll see. But before we do, we need y'all to Grundy smash. Yes, I said Grundy smash that subscribe button so you do not miss out on a Monday. Yeah, Grundy smash that subscribe button so you do not miss out on the most authentic fan-run content on the web. Now, without further ado, let's get straight into it. So, like I said, we're talking about the DC slate. There's a lot that dropped. There's a whole lot that dropped. And, I had a hard time keeping up because things were coming rapid fire, but it's okay. Hey, it is what it is. I'm ready. I'm excited. So to keep track of everything that we're going to talk about, we're going to be citing an article from a friend of mine, David Johnson of Backstage OL. Backstage OL, if you don't know, is based out of Houston, Texas. Phenomenal group they have there. I like the stuff that they do, reporting on breaking, movie news, TV, series, video games. They just do a lot of stuff, kind of the stuff that we do. And David has been working with them for some time now. And this article that he put out is very good as far as breaking down, everything that came out from James Gunn in their announcement. And it breaks it into different sections. So it's really, it puts a kind of a roadmap of where things are going. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this. We're going to start with the DC Elseworlds division. Now, Elseworlds is going to be separate from the mainline DC Universe, or DCU, if you will. Basically, movies like the Batman, the sequel to the Batman Matt Reeves universe. Joker, the Joker universe, the Teen Titans Go TV show. And I'm going to assume for now that the Penguin show, the Gotham PD show that was
the Ta-Nehisi Coates Superman movie as well.
I'm pretty sure that one's going to be Elseworlds too, the Ta-Nehisi Coates movie. I don't know if Young Justice will be mainline or will be Elseworlds, but we'll see. But as far as those other ones that were mentioned,
everything that takes place outside of the main DCU timeline.
Yeah, so anything that's not, to put it in layman's terms, anything that's not attached to the Snyder projects, anything that's not quote unquote set in that world is going to be considered Elseworlds. And then the main DCU Chapter 1 is going to be called Gods and Monsters, but we'll get into that in just a second. So with the Elseworlds, like I said, it's going to be that the Batman.
I think that's such a good idea. I mean, that's what DC should have done from the beginning. I mean, that's what they've been doing from the beginning. They just never had like any coherent, like they never officially said there's the main DCEU universe, and then there's like all these other extra curricular stuff on the side, which was always a little bit confusing. But the fact that James Gunn was just like, no, we have the DCU, but we also have these other movies and projects and shows and video games and comics and whatever that take place outside the main timeline. That's just called Elseworlds, and we still make them, and they're still fun and cool, but they don't have anything to do with the main timeline. It's just like, yes, thank you. Thank you for finally pointing something out that's obvious and makes us understand and know exactly what the trajectory and the plan for DC is moving forward. It's nice to have that.
And oh, go ahead, Graham.
Were you saying, Graham?
No, I'm good. I'll pull it up whenever we talk about the other Batman.
Okay. Oh yeah. What I was gonna say is that that's one of my biggest critiques. Y'all know I've said this from day one. One of my biggest critiques with now the old regime, the dead DCU Snyderverse. The word to Superman in Batman vs Superman. The Snyderverse is dead. Bury it. You know what I'm saying? Bury that shit. Get it out of here. Don't talk to me with that. So the Snyderverse is dead. I know we just pissed off a bunch of people, but I don't really care. Y'all got to get over yourselves, please. We'll talk about toxic fandoms soon. We'll talk about toxic fandoms soon.
Yeah, Graham is a Snyder fan. Graham's a Snyder fan. Even he says y'all got to grow up.
So we'll talk about that aspect soon. Put a pin in it. But as far as the Snyderverse being dead and gone, dead that shit, please. there was no cohesion. Everyone wants to act like it was some grand scheme that was going to get realized. We had Batman in his first appearance in the DCU beefing with Superman, something that shouldn't be happening for at least 40 years of the character's development. Like, what is going on here? What is going on? Why is this Superman's second movie and he died?
Shit whenever it was all coming out too, and now they're switching sides. Just
Zack Snyder was in charge. That's what was going on.
Yeah. Exactly.
But we've talked about that already.
That's we've discussed that. If you want to hear our thoughts about Zack Snyder and everything, go check out our previous episodes. But for now, we're going to talk about what's coming right now. So like I said, DCEU is dead. We're done. It's over with. However, we still have Shazam 2 coming out in March. We still have what's it called? The Flash coming out in June. We still have Blue Beetle coming out in August. We still have Aquaman 2 coming out in December, if I'm correct. Yes. December.
Yeah.
So
Aquaman 2 is the last one on the slate until we finally go into his actual Gunn's plan. I do think that these will tie into it in some way. Like the Flash,
you think so?
Definitely. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
The Flash is going to end. He said it's going to restart it. In that little video, that little 5-minute video, he was like, "This is restarting it."
Oh yeah, the Flash is rebooting everything. Yeah,
and I'm glad you said that, Graham, because the article does move to the next section. What we just said, the bridge projects with the Shazam and all the DCU stuff. So, yeah. What you're saying about the Flash?
I mean, the Flash is going to come out after Shazam. So, like, really. Fury of the Gods, Shazam is going to be the last movie, I guess, of the Snyder regime. But
everything after that ties into
Shazam's been its own kind of thing, though. Even when the first one happened, it had Henry Cavill's waist or his chest and waist, so it was like
that wasn't even him. That was a body
and
double.
That wasn't even him. It was a body double, and they've been disrespecting that man Cavill and Superman in general. This whole time, so that's why I'm saying, like, it's time to move on. It's time to move on.
Luis said,
"Oh, brother, this guy stinks."
Yeah,
relax. He got 2-3 fucking movies. He'll be okay.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Superman, Batman vs Superman, Justice League, Zack Snyder. So technically,
Snyder Cut 4.
3.5, because some of those scenes were just saying he acted some more. He came and did some shoots. So I guess I'll give him 4. I'll give him 4.
I feel like these bridge projects more have to do with the fact that they're like movies that have already been.
They just been
Shazam's done.
Yeah, all of these are done.
Blue Beetle is done. The only one that's probably like in the early stage of development is Aquaman, right? But it's like I feel like James Gunn was just like being gracious enough to be like, okay, look, I know the amount of work that goes into making films like this, and I know that you guys have basically finished these movies, so we might as well release them. They're done. We can just put them under the Elseworlds like tag / like bridge projects. Like Shazam is not really a part of any universe, really. If you think about it, we'll just release it, make money, call it a day, and then don't make any more. Blue Beetle will probably be its own thing as well, and we can always tie it in if we need to later. And the Flash will just be the official reboot of the DCU, DCEU, and then we're good to go. So I feel like, I feel like he worked that pretty well, right? Considering that, because he could have just been like, "We're canceling all of these." No, Shazam
what they did with Batgirl.
Yeah, they could have.
Which is like the whole situation is just odd. But I am glad that we have a direction now, and we have a slate where we know. Like you said, we know that these were planned. These have to come out now. Aquaman, just riddle me the thing with Aquaman. He's like, Jason's always playing for this to be a trilogy. So I guess I'm wondering, is the third one gonna be set in this new timeline that Barry makes in the Flash, or is it like just gonna be in like this? And then just be done. Why do that and then be done with it? That movie.
I think we're shooting ourselves in the foot by trying to think too far ahead. I think if we take
especially
the information that's given to us, he released Chapter 1, which is basically the first phase, Gods and Monsters, and he released every project that's a part of that, and that's going to span film, TV.
Not every.
We know that eventually it'll be comics and video games.
Games.
So we know
I'm going to throw in there, along with the video games, if y'all are listening on Spotify, they have a Harley Quinn Joker, I think, podcast audio series. So that might be playing a part in there too. I don't know yet. We'll see.
So I think that we should just take everything at face value, and everything that he named and mentioned to be part of Chapter 1, that's going to be Chapter 1. Yeah. Everything else we can just completely disregard unless it's been officially announced by James Gunn himself. Exactly, that is a part of the DCU. So as far as like Aquaman and stuff, like that's probably, we can just take it like in the most cynical respect. We could just be like, it's a movie they're making, it's gonna make money.
Facts.
They can just release it and they can use those funds to make other projects. So
Aquaman will make money, but will Shazam? I mean, I hope Blue Beetle does, just because I'm really
Blue
excited.
Beetle is going to be the best.
I'm more excited for Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle is going to be the best one that we will see.
But let's say they recoup their money. Let's say they break even. At the end of the day, they didn't lose some money on something that was already done.
Right.
It's easier to release something that's already finished and making the money back, as opposed to scrapping it completely, not making a profit, and just fucking over those artists who have already worked on those films, So it's like
Batgirl.
How awful would have had Batgirl had to have been for them to just actually say that?
Because I don't
think like they should have just dropped it. Though.
I don't know. I've like James Gunn. It was either James or Peter came out and said it was unreleasable. Like
Peter Safran said that.
I'm pretty sure Peter
on a tweet. There's a tweet that he posted on the page.
Unreleasable.
Yeah, there's a tweet that we posted on the page with a quote from Peter Safran saying that Batgirl is just unreleasable. I think people saw that movie in the screenings and they gave it good reviews, good ratings, and everything.
Got like a 6 on the pre showings, which is
a 6.
Decent.
Is that out of 10?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's not bad. It's not terrible.
I know they've released worse.
They have released worse. Batman.
But here's my thing. What I'm really sad about though is that Brendan Fraser was going to be Firefly in that,
and apparently he was pretty good.
Please he was probably the best part in that whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume. And homegirl who played what's her name? I hope they call them back. Basically, like I hope they get another shot at another.
James has proved that he does not care about burning bridges.
No, that is true.
But that's so strange because they won't ask Henry Cavill back. But they'll let Ben Affleck direct a movie in the DCU.
Yeah, and then be open with Gal Gadot and Ezra Miller, who is a delinquent.
Wait, I will say one thing.
A felon.
I will say one thing though. Just because Affleck's directing and Gal's in there doesn't mean Henry can't come back for, let's say, Superman. What's it called? Kingdom Come Superman movie. Just an idea.
Maybe,
just throwing that out there.
Sure,
maybe he does show up in the future.
You're right.
Kind of like how they did Brandon Routh with Superman Returns. He disappeared. He was the Atom for a little bit. Then he was also Superman from Kingdom Come in the TV shows. So you never know. They could do something like that.
I don't know. I think he's burnt that bridge with Cavill, or maybe Cavill's burnt the bridge with him. Like because
it's hard to say
Cavill's
because
apparently a guy to hard guy to work with.
It's hard to say because he wasn't exactly hired and he wasn't exactly fired. There was no contract. The Rock put him in the Black Adam movie because he was campaigning for him to be in there and look at Black Adam.
That's why I wish James would have held his ground more, or like really stuck to his guns. No pun intended. When it came to rebooting,
stuck to his guns.
When it came to rebooting the entire universe, because.
I wish
people loved Henry Cavill as Superman. I thought he was whatever, but people really are big fans of his Superman. Why are you going to be like, we're done with that, but we're going to bring back Gal Gadot? If you're going to reboot the whole fucking universe, reboot it. Let The Flash be the last movie in the main timeline that then reboots, and now you have a whole new timeline. Why would you bring back an actress from the old universe to be in this one? And
it's going to confuse people.
It just seems weird.
Let me rephrase. It's going to confuse the casual moviegoer. You know what I'm saying? If you watched all the previous,
it confuses me.
Yeah. And I mean, not to disrespect Gal Gadot, but like, I haven't seen her in something that's like, wow, she's good. She's worth keeping around. The first Wonder Woman was fantastic.
Amazing.
The second one was dog shit. She was in Fast and Furious 6, dog shit. She was in Red Notice, dog shit. She was on Death on the Nile.
Death on the Nile, dog shit.
I haven't seen it, but I heard it was dog shit. So
dog shit.
It's hard to reason that she should be kept in the DCU when there's other actresses who can be phenomenal as Wonder Woman, you know, and I'm sure we get into the fan cast, we'll talk about that. But yeah, that pretty much is the end of the DCU as we know it. Yeah, we'll still get these movies, but we're going to get moved into the more important stuff, which is the intro to Gods and Monsters Chapter 1. This is the beginning, like we said, that's the beginning of that 8 to 10 year plan for DC Studios. That's fantastic. I love it because you
Gods
think about
and Monsters?
Think about it. Superman is the god.
Is a
character.
god.
The monster character is Swamp Thing, you know, Creature Commandos.
Creature Commandos, yeah.
But they're playing this right. Phase 1 or Chapter 1, sorry, of the DCU is being played right. And speaking of creatures and monsters, the first series that David listed is Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos are slept on. I don't think the if you're not a DC fan, you won't know much about them. You know,
I feel like even most DC fans don't know who they are.
Yeah, they're very.
It's gonna, and you know, that's something that's Graham. I'm sorry, that's Graham's specialty. No, that's Gunn's specialty. Bringing some obscure character and making them a mainline character. Bringing them from
look at Guardians. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to be like, when DC bet on James Gunn being the creative force behind this new universe that they were trying to build, they knew he was going to pull some shit like making the fucking Creature Commandos.
Yeah, and the Authority.
Exactly, and the Authority in Chapter 1 of this is the first phase of their new cinematic universe, and you're introducing characters and groups of and teams that most people, even most comic book fans, don't know or don't recognize. Yeah, that's just like the genius behind James Gunn, and that's the beauty behind James Gunn.
I'm going to take that a step further. I'm going to take that tidbit a step further. He's introducing them alongside the already established, already well-known, the Trinity, you know, GL, all these characters that people really know and love. Right. So there's going to be more.
There's going to be nice little balance.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
We love this. This is familiar, but this is something brand new that we can also watch and check out and just, you know, get to enjoy. So just a little bit on the Creature Commandos from David's article. He wrote down that the series has been written by James Gunn and will feature characters both animated and live action, which is interesting because I want to see how they do the flip. Yeah, kind of like the Clone Wars and the Star Wars characters going from animation to live action. That's pretty cool. So the characters are Rick Flag Sr., Nin Mazursky, Eric Frankenstein, Dr. Phosphorus, and the Bride of Frankenstein, G.I. Robot, and Weasel. If you remember in the Suicide Squad, we already saw the Weasel. Rick Flag Sr., I guess it's going to be Rick Flag's dad.
That's Rick Flag's daddy. So Weasel's been around for... Weasel's like an immortal kind of fucking weirdo character. So like he's been around for a long time.
Naked Mole-Rat looking freaking guy.
Yeah.
So this is
Dr.
great.
Frankenstein, or Eric Frankenstein and Phosphorus are fucking sick.
Eric Frankenstein is kind of sick.
This is badass. This is just a great starting point to see these characters be brought in. So kudos to James Gunn. And
seeing them both in live action and in animated, like that's going to be, because I love that. They're doing, they're making an Invincible live action show, and Invincible animated is perfect. So
we'll see how it plays off. Yeah,
how they do that compared to Amazon.
Yep. The next.
I think the main. I was gonna say. I think the main difference, right? Like when comparing like Invincible or something like that to this, is that all these stories are interconnected across different mediums, and I think that's so. I think that's so interesting because the MCU. We know the MCU's movies are all interconnected, and then they started adding shows, and then people are like, okay. That's cool. There's a lot of downside to it, right? Like it's all absolutely convoluted, and people seem to grow tired of it. And how do you keep a cohesive story while introducing new characters that will then matter more in the future?
Oddly paced.
So them saying they want to tell interconnected stories across various, not only movies or TV show mediums, comics, video games. Animated TV shows, live action TV shows, movies, probably animated movies. That's very interesting to me.
But a point to that, I think it's going to be a lot to keep up with, and it's going to be a lot for casuals I mean, which
it
you know,
is.
maybe they will, but that's why I think it's bold. I'm cool with it. I like it, but that's going to be it's I don't know. It's pretty bold for them
Very
to.
bold.
But you gotta look at the times
everything.
we're in right now, man. I mean, we're in this streaming age where content is readily available. People are gonna want to have something to watch on days like this, where we're just in the house and you can't go anywhere, can't do anything. What do you want to do? Let's watch 30 hours worth of this DC properties. I mean, you know,
let's just not oversaturate it.
And I mean,
good if it's as long as it doesn't.
Let's watch all 3 seasons of The Authority real quick.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's watch all those Creature Commandos right now. So. It's good to see where they're going to go with this. Speaking of series,
I'll bring it up.
Another, the next series is Waller on this article with Viola Davis returning as Amanda Waller, which is an interesting choice considering that they're rebooting everything else, like we talked about. You know, Cavill not coming back, blah blah blah, blase. But hey, Viola Davis is solid actress.
Amazing, yeah.
I wouldn't. It would be hard. It would be hard to see someone else step into that role, and she just played it so well. She plays the calculating, the cold. She's
ruthless.
Very terrifying. She's ruthless.
Yes. She's a monster. She is a monster. Like the gods and monsters kind of thing. Like Waller is.
That's good. I didn't
exactly.
catch that.
Waller is a monster.
Yeah.
But look, okay. That's we can all agree that Viola Davis is one of the greatest actresses of her generation, if not of all time, and there's no debate for that.
None.
But again, like, why are we keeping certain actresses or certain performers from the past iteration?
And why is it all from James Gunn shit? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not hating on him at all. But see, when we bring shit up like this, he's bringing his Suicide Squad lineup back.
Mm-hmm.
His wife is going to be in the DCU,
and she's going to be in every single thing he can put her in.
Which I'm interested to see.
Providing. But
that's a very interesting
like the Peacemaker cast, the Suicide cast, Waller, it's all. But he wants to get rid of. I don't know.
He wants to get rid of all the Snyder stuff.
Which I
think
get.
that's the goal,
I completely
though,
get it, but you're also keeping Jason Momoa. You're also keeping. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
That's like the one point I have. That's like, what the fuck? That's my WTF moment. I love Waller. I love and it's sick. I haven't really watched all of Peacemaker. It's cool for what it is, and
it's great.
John Cena's actually amazing as him. And I got to the point where I was talking about like his dad and stuff, and like it really is great. But I just find that a little weird. And
I think
it's just going to be weird how it's like it's not titled Elseworlds. So how is this
fit into everything?
Yeah, like are we going to see her in this Superman Legacy? You know, and then in the Supergirl thing, I don't know. That's the one that's kind of easy.
Well, you kind of sort of watched Black Adam, and she was in Black Adam for like literally 3 minutes, 2-3 minutes,
and then,
maybe.
And somehow she's so menacing, she gets Superman to work for her, and sends Superman after Black Adam. That's what's crazy.
Yeah, her and James Gunn's wife was Amelia Harcourt. She was in there for like 1 minute, so it's it's like you said, it's confusing, but it's also going to be very interesting to see how they go from. I guess I'll say the gun verse of DCU.
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna wait to bring this up when he comes back. But the writers they have are the writers they have for this show are going to be sick.
Oh yeah, for the what's it called for the Waller show. Speaking of writers, I meant to bring up. Oh man, did I skip it? Oh, that's coming up. Never mind. Carry on.
Oh yeah, no. I know. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But the Waller show is gonna be. I want to see how they do. What's it called? Checkmate.
Oh.
And
like the. Okay.
Hold on, I'm pulling up my notes here. So yeah, you know how we have the Task Force X. Checkmate is like I guess you can say like SHIELD. the Shield type of agency within Task Force X. It'll be very interesting to see whatever they try and tie in from the comics world, how it plays in. Oh, you know, one thing I'm gonna bring this up too before he gets back. Deathstroke. I want to see if they bring Deathstroke in this Waller show. I don't know how they do it, but it would be great.
If it does, it will be James Manganiello. I hope. He's not like the best actor, but that'll. I hope.
Actually, no, they might. I think they might. I think they might recast him too. He wasn't. He didn't play much of a big role.
He didn't. You know? He just showed up for that one 5.
He was in the
5 minute scene.
The Justice League. No. Yeah, he was in.
Yeah, I think it was the post credit scene when he walks onto the yacht,
and then he was in the Nightmare scene, the Nightmare Earth.
Yeah.
So I don't see him playing. I don't see him coming back to play.
It would it would be if they could tie that Deathstroke in with the Batman Brave and the Bold.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, if they can bring that element into the Batman show, that would be insane.
That would him and Damian versus Deathstroke, and then somehow make Damian the head of Titans, and he's already fought Deathstroke. There you go,
dude. Yeah, see, and that's another thing I wanted to bring up earlier, but I mean,
so those through though. Before we move on, the Creature Commandos and the Waller. That's not starting off the chapter. That's going to kind of be. I don't think
there's a definitive starting point.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's going to be. It's going to be Superman, the Legacy movie.
Oh no, I mean I don't know if those two are going to be released before it or if they're going to be released after. It doesn't have a set date yet.
It says to be. Yeah.
But the one that we do have is the true beginning of the new DC universe, Superman Legacy. That's scheduled to come out July 11th, 2025. James Gunn is writing it. It looks to be taking inspiration from Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely's All-Star Superman comic run. Which is a great
previous episode. I'm not trying to brag here, but I kind of called it.
You did call it. No, you did.
All-Star Superman,
which is a phenomenal. Honestly, anything Grant Morrison touches, I have high praise for it. Yeah, I like his work. He did the Batman and Robin, which is going to be taken over. Which is going to be the inspiration for Batman Brave and the Bold. But Superman Legacy, man, this is gonna be phenomenal. I think it's probably gonna be the most anticipated, the most hyped film of the DCU, especially.
It's gonna be the most divisive film for sure.
Absolutely,
because you're gonna have people who are with the Snyder camp who are gonna be like, oh my god,
with the Henry Cavill,
we don't like this, and blah blah blah. Exactly. You're gonna have people who are like, we don't care for that Henry Cavill stuff. Let's go ahead and get into.
He's gonna have to sell me. I'm excited and I'm ready, and it's going to be so divisive take on it. But he's going to have to sell me on it, and whoever's playing him, it's going to have to be sold.
I was going to say it's going to be divisive on multiple fronts because one, people are going to be like, I don't want James Gunn writing it. Other people will be like, I do. I don't care.
Right.
I believe in him. Other people are going to be like, I don't like this new Superman. It's not Henry Cavill. And other people are going to be like, I don't care. He's good, whatever. And so, it's just. It's going to be very contentious, and I feel like that's the one movie and the one character and the one project that's going to have the most writing on it. But it's also the first movie in the new.
It's the first. So it's the first movie in the new DCU. So it's going to be that.
It's going to make or break it for sure.
Yeah, it's essentially it's going to be the Iron Man, more or less.
Is that a smart idea to start with Superman? Do y'all think?
I think so.
No,
because he's. Me personally, I think there's two I have two trains of thoughts on this. If you're going for the heart of the Justice League, the heart of building this universe, Batman would have been a phenomenal first movie because Batman is the one who kind of gathers the intel on everyone. He has the contingencies. He's the one who is the true creator of the Justice League.
Narratively, it makes sense.
Narratively speaking,
founder of the Justice League. Yeah.
However,
getting this from his point of view is the way to go.
Yeah, and it's gonna be kind of like look at it like Iron Man is the founder, organizer, funder of the Avengers, but Captain America is the leader, right? Same thing. Batman is the financial the benefactor, and he's the organizer, and blah 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 blah. Superman is the team leader. Even though in deep down, everyone in their heart of hearts, their comic heart of hearts knows the Justice League is really Batman and all his bitches. Okay, it's Batman. It's Batman and his 32 sidekicks. That's what it is. Yeah. Batman and his gang of
Batman
assistants.
don't need them though.
He doesn't.
They need Batman.
Shut up.
Batman.
You're not one of those dudes who's like, Batman could take anybody as long as he's got prep time. Shut up.
No. But he could take out the Justice League. He has contingencies for every one of them. Every single one of them. Hey. That's.
I hate that. I hate that argument. People are like, 1-to-1.
I'm not saying anybody.
Batman's got a contingency.
It's a cop out.
It's a cop out. Exactly.
You know how? Not to get too far into a tangent, but you know how I would defeat Batman? I would walk up to him and I'd hand him a Mother's Day. No, I just walk up to him and hand him a Mother's Day card. Happy Mother's Day, and walk off. Emotional damage. He's done.
Emotional damage.
And you know what? I'll go rob all the banks in Gotham. Who's gonna stop me? He's too busy crying in the corner.
Damage.
Something malicious is brewing. That's my contingency. Yeah. Prep time, that bitch.
Yeah, prep time not having a mom, bitch.
I was like, look, there he goes. That's a kid with no parents. Like, bro, he'd be toast. Now what?
Damn, he's done. That's it.
He's gonna be suffering.
That's true. Why didn't anybody ever bully Batman?
Because he was locked away in his mansion. He has no friends.
Because they don't, and they also don't know that he doesn't have parents. But
I do.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, bro. He's gonna look at me. He's like, I'm rich. I'm like, okay. Where's your mom at? Where's your dad at?
I feel like I agree with Graham in that I think it's very risky making Superman your first movie in the new DCU universe because of all the reasons we mentioned, and because Superman's just power set is so
OP.
It's gonna be. Humanizing him, I think, is going to be a big task that James Gunn.
What are we going to get? Another Lex Luthor story?
Oh no!
Humanize him.
Hold on. Also, you did bring up what you just said. Triggered my brain. They did try that with Man of Steel. They did try to launch the Snyderverse with Man of Steel, and look where that ended up. So it's a big risk.
So 2 reboots in a row. We're going to go with Superman, and it's going to be 2 Superman movies in a row where he's dealing with his humanity. He's starting fresh. He's moving to Metropolis, joining the Daily Planet. He's meeting Lex Luthor.
But this one's not gonna be an origin story. We're gonna be getting a Superman that's already kind of into his Supermaning. We're not gonna be getting a crash from Krypton. I don't want to see any of that ever again. We get it now. We understand.
Stories. I feel like every mainline superhero film, Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, is gonna be them like 5-6 years already into the shit, like already established as superheroes and doing the thing.
I will amend my statement. Maybe a flashback or 2 here and there, but do not do a whole from the beginning of the freaking.
Also, I think that's a great idea. Again, narratively, I love throwing around that word, but because it's much easier to get a group together after they've all been superheroing for 5 to 10 years, as opposed to we've just started and now we're already forming a team. No, because Wonder Woman's been doing her thing for 5 years, Batman's been doing his thing for 8 years, Superman's been around for 10 years, so now they're all established. It makes more sense, just timeline wise, that they would be like, hey, we should probably form a little team. We've all been doing this for so long. Instead of it alone is kind of hard sometimes.
Instead of somebody hacking a freaking computer and he found a file with 4 icons on it and said, these people got superpowers. I need friends. Let's make a team. Get that out of here, bro.
After he had been doing it, after he had been doing it for 20 years.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. You mean to tell me that the world's greatest detective could not figure out that there are other superpowered beings on Earth until Superman crash landed in 20 whatever the hell it was in that you
he's not superpowered. He couldn't figure out that there were superpowered beings on this planet, period. Get out of here.
So they whoever chose this DC the Snyderverse, y'all messing up, bro. Please, you're ruining it.
You said it right now. Snyder, he did that.
You're ruining it, bro. You toasted it up. Anyways, on to the next thing, bro. I mean, we'll probably do an episode later on discussing each project and what we're expecting. Moreover, but yeah, that's just what we got on that. So, Superman Legacy in theaters July 11th, 2025. Actually, side note before I get into the next point, the next item. 2025 is going to be loaded with superhero movies. We're going to get Superman Legacy. We're going to get the Fantastic Four. We're going to get Avengers Kang Dynasty. And then we're going to get the Batman Part 2. We will dive into that later because our Marvel episode is going to be chock full of stuff that we're talking about, leaks and updates and you name it. Just keep that in mind that the 2025 is going to be one of the best years for comic book movies, and we are going to be covering everything. Hopefully by then, fingers crossed, we'll get our screeners, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see. But yeah, just stay tuned. Stay tuned for when we get onto that. When we start cooking, we start cooking. So anyways, the next item on the list, man, I'm taking a lot of willpower just to stay up and do this. But speaking of willpower, Green Lanterns TV series. I have been ready for this because my agenda, you already know what I'm about to say, bro. My agenda is cooking. I am cooking. Glen Lantern, GL, Glenn for GL. You heard it here. You've heard it here every day. I've talked about Green Lantern. But also
this man will die on this hill.
I stand 10 toes down. I stand 10 toes down. For Glen Lantern. Hold on, my bad. I was about to say Green Lantern, but for what's it called? For Glenn Powell being Green Lantern, it has to happen. He's played a pilot too many times. He's got the characterization. He's got the chops for it. He's got the ability to play off, kind of a cocky pilot type guy. He's already done it before. What do I need? What more do you want? Look at him. He's perfect. Put him in the suit. Give him the ring. On top of that, I want to see him in this show with either John David Washington as Jon Stewart or Trevante Rhodes, because both of them, I like both of them as actors. I can see both of them filling that role. More so Trevante than John.
That's Trevante.
More so Trevante than John.
As Guy?
But John, I like John in Black Klansman and Tenet. You know what I'm saying? So
who would kill it if he wasn't already in a DC property? Aldous Hodge.
But see, Black Adam is now kaput, bro.
I know, but
hear me out.
Get him in as actual good Hawkman, maybe.
Yeah,
but Trevante Rhodes.
Or hear me out.
Good
Aldous Hodge for our Marvel. When we'll discuss this on the Marvel episode. We better remember this. Aldous Hodge for drum roll, please. Black Panther. Cast him as T'Challa.
T'Challa Jr. Yeah.
If I could drop this mic right now, I would. But
you know who I would cast as an older T'Challa Jr.? Damson Idris.
Oh yeah, from Snowfall.
The guy from Snowfall.
Goated.
Ooh.
I see that too.
Oh yeah.
I see that too. So
okay.
yeah.
Anyways,
back to the relevant things, the DC things. The Lantern show. I remember we posted about the Greg Berlanti Green Lantern series that was supposed to come out. That got axed. I don't know what's going on with Berlanti. Bro. The CW verse is basically all but dead. And somehow Berlanti re-signed a deal with Warner Brothers or HBO or whatever. He signed another contract.
They better not make him do the HBO Max shows. I swear to God, if he does the Green Lantern show for HBO,
no, he's not anymore.
He's not attached to this.
Oh God, I hope not.
His project is done. They're getting on with that. So this one's going to be something new. It's supposed to be more like a Earth-based True Detective series. I'm
That's
excited.
interesting.
I'm excited.
Saying comparing it to True Detective is very.
Dude, that's pretty.
That's
a fantastic show. That first season, is amazing. One of the best television.
First season of True. It's the best season of television in history to me.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Even better than the Blacklist, bro.
Shut the fuck. Shut the fuck. But yeah,
even
so
better,
that's
even better than Moon Knight, bro. No,
I think. Better than Falcon and the Winter Soldier? That's crazy.
Good God.
But But using that, I think it's a good idea introducing both
Lanterns,
both Green Lanterns,
John.
Hal and John, in the show. That way, you get
that buddy, lethal weapon style shit, that lethal weapon style.
But then, like I said, comparing it to True Detective is very interesting because that makes it feel like it's going to be a lot more grounded, probably a little bit darker.
It's going to be it's going to be real dark. They said they're tying into like an ancient kind of being, and it could be Parallax. Or it could just be like Atrocity.
Parallax,
bro, if it's Parallax and then Hal Jordan turns into Parallax and then you have John Stewart having to save him from Parallax, get the fuck out.
Put us in that writer's room right now, please. James Gunn.
Please,
it will go insanely crazy. And you know who I want to see as far as a villain?
Atrocitus.
Bro, please bring us Sinestro. That's the one thing from the from the 2011 Green Lantern movie that I actually liked. Everything else I want.
I like Graham's point because, like you said, we've already established that all these superheroes are established. They've been at this shit 5 years at least. So it would make sense that Hal Jordan's been a Green Lantern for a minute.
10,
so
15 years, maybe.
Become Parallax at the end. And then in season 2 or in the movie, John Stewart is your main character. Trying to defeat
in the show.
Maybe Hal is trying to show him like John is his apprentice, kind of. Yeah. He's showing the ropes, and then something happens. Hal Jordan
becomes Parallax.
Remember how he becomes Parallax, but like his whole city becomes destroyed, and he like basically uses another his revenge power or anger. No, he uses anger instead of willpower to build that city, and then it becomes the most powerful being in the universe. And then you have John Stewart who has to team up with fucking Dar-X or some crazy
or Kyle Rayner.
Green Lantern or Kyle Rayner or Guy Gardner or the guy and the girl who were Green Lanterns.
Let me cook.
Yeah, so I'm hyped up. The Lanterns. I've been waiting for a good Lantern movie since Ryan Reynolds.
Me too.
Because
that
it's awful.
I've been waiting for
awful.
For good Lantern projects.
Dude, they deserve
it.
Like,
and
they deserve
the possibilities are endless with them, bro. They have so much you can do with the Green Lanterns.
The Black Lanterns, the Blue Lanterns, the
Red Lanterns, the Yellow Lanterns,
Atrocitus,
White Lanterns.
Yellow. There's so much they could fucking do.
So that's the Lantern verse, the Lantern
universe
how we feel
that can
about
be done. That,
yeah. We are excited for it. Moving on to the next,
hyped, bro. I'm so excited. For
Lanterns, that's the most thing I'm hyped up for out of all this.
It's gonna be
It's gonna be great, bro. Speaking of another thing, you guys mentioned this earlier. Actually, the next one on this list is The Authority. It's gonna be a movie. Not sure when it's gonna be released, but I'm interested to see this because what these people know about The Authority, bro. Whenever the drop happened and people were tweeting about, Creature Commandos, The Authority, what all the other projects are coming, Paradise Lost, we'll get to that too. But I don't think many people know about these characters, bro.
Not many at all.
Because look, that's
what we said earlier. That's what we said earlier about
popular.
Yeah,
you remember what the original lineup consisted of? Jenny Sparks, which is a British woman who could generate and turn into electricity. Jack Hawksmoor, who was physically bonded to cities in order to communicate with them and receive powers from them. Swift, a Tibetan woman who possessed wings and sharp talons. Apollo, a bioengineered Superman pastiche. Midnighter, a bioengineered Batman pastiche who possessed the ability to foresee his opponent's moves in combat. The engineer, a scientist who had replaced her blood with 9 pints of nanotechnology. And the doctor, a Dutch drug addict and shaman who possessed the powers of the hundreds of shamans who came before him.
Bro, the doctor's the goat.
He off them perks and shrooms, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, so the one thing that that got leaked, because before James Gunn dropped this video, what was it? I guess yesterday, right? So yesterday was Tuesday. So Monday, he brought in a bunch of people, had a meeting, and the one thing that kind of got leaked was that they are setting Superman up to fight this fucking group right here.
Let's go,
bro.
That boy getting like, beat up.
The most random.
That's random. The authority,
but it makes sense though because you just listed off the characters. One of them is a literal copy and paste of Supes.
Oh yeah,
they're gonna be doing the Spider-Man meme. The pointing meme. They're gonna be looking at each other.
Apollo. Right. Yeah, Apollo's the one who's a Superman pastiche.
But so they also have they have a couple of like magical people, like
which is his weakness, which is Superman's weakness.
Bingo, there you go. So he's gonna get
besides kryptonite.
Other than for people who watched Invincible, when Omni-Man went in there and fucked up Guardians of the Globe, and they were actually like giving him the ones for a second, and then he rages. That's how it's gonna be. Like they're gonna get the better of him, and then he's just probably gonna fly through their chest.
But then it's shit like this that gets me hyped for James Gunn because leave it to James Gunn to fucking be like, oh, the Authority is gonna be the big bad who's gonna fuck up Superman and whatever. And it's like, who would have thought to make first of all the Authority to adapt the Authority into a proper into a movie or TV show, and then second of all make them Superman's big bad. Like, bro,
because
come on.
The thing about they think that the way they can like bring about peace is the way to do it, no matter what happens. It's like Peacemaker, like thinking
any means necessary. You have to get this job. If we're going to get this mission completed, we have to do anything to get it done.
Do anything necessary, and then you have the morale, the fucking Boy Scout Superman is like, nah, you can't do this. This is what you can and can't do.
I guess they kind of teach
them, and then they're like,
"Do we know if James Gunn is writing or directing the Authority or no?"
It doesn't say right now, so I guess we'll just wait as time develops and we'll see.
I promise you, he is both writing and directing this.
I think
that's the one thing I would want him to write and direct.
At least, if he's not writing or directing, at least produce, man, because he's got to be able to have some. I like that
that's his chops.
He's you know what I'm saying, like
he's producing everything.
Good, thank you.
Yeah, he'll be executive producing everything, but like this, he needs to write and direct. I'll let him write. I'm cool with him writing Superman. I really, really do not want him to direct Superman. I don't. I love him. I love him for what he is. Shut up, bro. Who's the guy? Who's the guy that did Cloverfield? The guy that did Cloverfield.
Bro,
on this.
How'd I forget his name?
Bro, he's on.
It was Matt Reeves.
No,
you're lying.
Matt Reeves directed Cloverfield. Yeah,
I thought it was J.J. Abrams.
Cabin in the Woods. I'm thinking of Cabin in the Woods. I'm tripping.
Okay. I was like, bro, what?
The new Cabin in the Woods. I'm sorry. Drew Goddard.
Oh,
Drew Goddard.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Bro, no. Drew Goddard is
Drew Goddard would kill the
one
Superman joint.
Drew Goddard wrote.
If it's Brainiac, who's like the main villain, like maybe Brainiac or. I don't know, because like it's weird. Who's going to be Superman's villain? It ain't going to be the Authority.
It's going to be Brainiac.
What if it is?
Brainiac.
Bro, it's got to be Brainiac.
It's not going to be.
He was the scrap villain of Man of Steel 2.
Or Parasite.
Mongol, Parasite, Metallo.
Maybe
Metallo's
Superboy
cool.
Prime. Ooh, Metallo's cool.
Metallo's cool.
Superboy Prime, like the alternate universe.
Metallo's a classic, though. Metallo's like an OG. Mongol's a good one.
Sick. Yeah.
In Drew Goddard's defense, bro.
Lobo.
In Drew Goddard's defense, and I got to defend my boy because he's from Houston, Texas. But he did create Netflix's Daredevil, and I mean I have high praise for that show. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
If he's the one to do this Superman movie, that'd be fantastic.
But see, that's what's so weird. A James Gunn script directed by Drew Goddard does not.
Yeah.
That doesn't fit.
That would be.
So what we need is the James Gunn puzzle piece to fit the director puzzle piece appropriately. So we'll see.
Okay, I could see Drew Goddard probably doing Lanterns more. Maybe
that
would work. I can see Goddard.
Maybe that's where I got it confused because I saw his name somewhere, like attached to one of these.
Yeah, Drew Goddard and Lanterns.
Maybe the Lanterns is what I'm thinking of.
Speaking of TV series and like Lanterns and everything, this is one series I know both of y'all are gonna be hyped for. Yeah, and you're gonna be ready for this one. Paradise Lost.
Let's go.
Yeah, man.
The island of mommies.
The boy said he's ready for Paradise Lost.
Bro, they compared it. Hey, you got a show that's compared to True Detective, and then you have a fucking Themyscira show compared to Game of Thrones.
That's
Game of Thrones.
Bro, that's sick. That's sick. You have all of the mythological shit you want.
Game of Thrones shows titties. I promise you, Paradise Lost is not going to show titties. Therefore, you can't compare it to Game of Thrones. It's already at a disadvantage. So,
but titties aside, man. Look, Game of Thrones and Game of Thrones' storyline up until season 8 was fantastic. I think that they're going to do. Or season 7, sorry.
Yeah, like the last half
season 8, season 7. But
I get what they're saying. I mean, I understand. Yeah,
I think with the Paradise Lost show, we're gonna see. I hope they do this everything prior. I think it's gonna be everything prior to Wonder Woman's existence.
Birth.
So
Definitely.
We're gonna see like the real deal warrior, savage, badass Amazonian queens out there just duking it out with people, tearing stuff up, interacting through the periods of history.
Hippolyta, her mama.
Hippolyta,
baby.
And I mean, they'll dive into it more than what we saw we saw some of it in Wonder Woman.
When they were fighting Darkseid?
And then, some of it when they're fighting Darkseid.
That's like my favorite part of
that one was good.
Justice League.
That part was good.
Or when he came down, what's his name? Little hammerhead looking guy.
Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf. That's like my favorite part of that whole movie was him versus the Amazons.
Yeah.
We're small.
Everything else is
this show is the one that I'm the most weary on.
Me too.
Just because I feel like
why not a show without Wonder Woman about Wonder Woman is odd.
Sure, of course.
Because where's the Trinity? You gotta have the Trinity. I feel like.
But hold on, wait.
You're getting Batman, Superman, and no Wonder Woman, but we're getting
I'll say this.
Look at Themyscira origin show.
Look at the Krypton TV show. There's no Superman in there that I know of, but it's pre explosion of Krypton.
Was it good though?
I never watched it.
Was it good?
Krypton. I didn't know.
Never watched it, so I don't know.
There you go. There you go.
That answers your question. That good.
That answers your question
because it doesn't have Superman in it. It had Brainiac in it. I was reading up on it.
I saw that.
But see, we've seen shows like this. We've seen Gotham, Pennyworth.
Gotham was
Krypton. Pennyworth was trash. Krypton was probably not good. You say Gotham was good, but I mean,
I like.
Look at that doo-doo ass suit they gave us. Look at that.
Don't even talk. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the Riddler and the Penguin. Trash.
There you go. So it is a little bit complicated to try to tell stories about the big three in DC that don't feature said character, but are set in their kind of general vicinity. So I don't know. I feel like this show is the one that has the most that has the hardest ground to cover when it comes to being made, and I feel like it's going to be the one that's the most difficult to make and kind of sell people on.
Like I guess if they give us the gods,
but if they pull it off,
it could be really cool. Be a massive.
Themyscira times Game of Thrones equals dope.
It'll be it's a badass chance for representation. So a bunch of badass women,
that's
fine ass Amazonians.
That's what we're here for, bro. That's what we're here for. That's what this channel's about. Absolutely. Representation, equality, seeing people being able to see themselves in these characters and in these stories, and even in our own channel. That's why we're such a diverse cast of characters here on this show. So I really do, like y'all said, I'm excited for Paradise Lost. I'm also excited to see this next thing with Diana's boyfriend, Batman, the Brave and the Bold movie. You already know what's going on. Bro. Everybody, you know what's going on. Let's get into it. Bro, so as you know,
I'm so excited to get a good Robin. It's not
even not even just a good Robin, a good Batman, and a good Robin, and seeing them work together finally on screen.
And you know how many years it's been?
You know how many years it's been since we had a solid Robin on screen? When did Batman and Robin come out?
Never.
97.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
97. No, that was 1997. That was some dog shit, bro.
Absolutely. I like Batman.
They had Arnold Schwarzenegger running around talking about some everybody chill.
Bro, that's fucking awesome, bro. God. Everybody chill. It's dope, bro.
Bro, it's something
God, man.
It's time to get icy.
He's talking about some cool down. I'm like, bro.
No, I actually did like Chris O'Donnell as Robin.
He wasn't
Batman
a bad
Forever.
Robin.
I like Batman Forever.
Joel Schumacher was in his motherfucking.
Batman
Joel
Forever.
Joel Schumacher got to get evicted, bro. He should never be allowed to touch a Batman.
He's dead, I think.
Again. Oh, I'm sorry.
No way.
No way.
Let's get a fact check.
Oh my God, he is dead.
Jamie, pull it up.
He is.
I thought he was alive this whole time.
Bro.
Damn, I did not know he was that old. Oh, he did so much cocaine. I could just tell.
Bro.
Holy shit. Damn, R.I.P. Joel. Thanks for the shitty ass Batman.
I love Batman and Robin, and I will ride or die for that.
Ooh, I didn't know he did phone booth in number 23. Those are
bro, come on.
That's the crazy thing.
What are you talking about? Come on, man. He's goated.
No, I like Batman Forever. Batman and Robin, though, like
see Batman Forever. I like. See, that's the thing. I like Batman Forever, but freaking Batman and Robin made me want to poke my eyes out.
Shove. I was about to say, yeah,
and it was so random too. Like they took Bane, and he had all the 4 lines in the movie. They had Uma Thurman acting. That's the crazy part too. They had Uma Thurman, George Clooney. They had Alicia Silverstone. Bro, it was a good cast.
Bro. That movie fucked. What was bad about it? Tell me what was bad about it.
The writing, the directing,
yes,
the dialogue is some of the worst shit I've ever heard.
It's funny. It's campy.
George Clooney.
It's called camp.
I'm not here to go. I'm not here to go camping, bro. I'm not camping right now. This is not Dick's Sporting Goods, bro.
I'm a big Sam Raimi guy.
It's not Academy Sports and Outdoors. We're not camping.
Anyways, we're excited to see a good Robin on.
No, for real, yeah, we're really excited to see a good. We're really excited to see a good Robin, especially. I hope they do this right this time. They bring a actual Middle Eastern Talia al Ghul.
Right. Good luck.
Oh shit!
I doubt it. Yeah, I doubt
you never know. You never know. I trust Gunn. I see what he'll do.
What's really
I see what his people do.
Is that we're gonna get the whole Bat family, right?
That's what I was getting at.
We got Nightwing, we got Red Hood, we got Robin, we got Batman.
Well, you've got Red Robin.
We're gonna have several Robin.
Damian Wayne means that you've got Tim Drake as Red Robin.
That's what I was saying,
Dick over in Bloodhaven, bro. This is gonna be sick.
See, everyone kept skipping. Everyone kept talking about we got Damian. So what happens with the other Robins? I'm like, okay, Batman's been Batman for what 10, 15 years. Let's say he's been Batman.
He's got to be
years.
If he has a kid.
That gives
he's going to have to be about 30, 40.
So Damian will be about 12, 13, 14, anywhere from his preteens, teenage years, right? That means we've seen.
He didn't know about Damian.
No, he didn't know until Talia was like, "Here's your son."
Until about 12 years old, he was 12 years old.
She was like, "Boom,
went 12
surprise!"
years without knowing. So.
Do you think that's when it'll pick up? Like right when Batman, like he's just been introduced to Damian, and so he's just now starting.
Yeah, like I bet we'll be. Like, imagine a year 2 with Damian.
Fuck,
so we're probably going to be like, let's say like year 15 for Bruce as Batman.
Yeah. Bro, think about that dynamic between Damian and Bruce.
Bro, Damian.
Look at it this way. Look at it this way.
It's going to be.
Let me drop a little.
Killer.
Let me drop a tidbit to what you guys have just said. If Damian's like a year or 2 in his training. He's reminder. He's training under his grandfather, Ra's al Ghul.
Raz.
Yeah, Raz.
Is it Raz or Ra's?
It doesn't matter.
I keep hearing different things.
Yeah,
I said Raz. I said Raz before. Someone was like, "No, it's Ra's." I said Ra's. Like, no,
I don't care.
It's Raz. I'm like, bro, it's the head of the demon. How about that? Correct me on that.
League of Assassins.
League of Assassins. The leader of the League of Assassins is his grandfather, and he's training him to be an assassin, to be a killer.
From the day he was born.
Exactly. And that's not Batman's thing. Batman don't be killing people. He's not doing what needs to be done. So
in Zero.
He's not doing what needs to be done. Why do you think the Joker's still running around? Because Batman just won't kill him.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm just excited.
Get him out of here.
I mean, we talked about this in the pre-pod meeting. And I'm just excited to see Red Hood but I'm so excited to see Nightwing, bro.
Yeah,
finally,
Nightwing, a real Nightwing, not Brendan Thwaites.
But imagine seeing Nightwing and then
not Brendan Thwaites.
No.
Said,
But like,
Titans doesn't exist.
Like, I couldn't imagine.
It got canceled. Get it out of here.
Yeah, no mas. Get it out of here. Call it, please. Just think of this scene visually. You've got Nightwing sitting there talking to Bruce. And then Red Hood comes in. He's like, he's on his high horse. He's like, fuck y'all. I'm here. Party's here. Shit's getting solved.
I get rid of real crime.
I actually do
it. He's going to do exactly what I just said. He's going to come in. He's going to be like, I do what needs to be done.
Yes, and then Tim Drake's going to kind of like, Tim Drake's going to get in between Nightwing and Red Hood, and he's going to be like, stop it, guys. You can't, let's chill. And then you've got Damien over there eating a bag of popcorn. He's like, fight.
No,
Bruce
Damien's not
saying anything.
Bruce is gonna be in the background doing his Batman brooding thing with his cape, with the cape doing the
just
cape
staring
thing.
There.
And then Damien's gonna be right. Damien's gonna be like, Father, I'm bored. Let's go kill somebody or some crazy shit. Let's go serve ultimate justice on these people of Gotham.
You're so right though, Graham. Like the fact that we've never seen any of those dynamics, like
we haven't.
Dude, seeing all of them together.
Yeah.
It's gonna be insane.
Look at the Dark Knight trilogy. They try to tease Robin at the end with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. God, I can't talk. Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah,
that guy from Looper, from Inception.
The guy that looks like every other guy on the planet.
Yes,
from Don John.
Mm-hmm. Bro was supposed to be Robin. This is his legal name. I'm like, get that out of here.
That was the lamest shit I had ever witnessed in my life.
So dumb. It was like a cheesy. It was a shoehorn. It was not an actual Robin. He just happened to be the cop that Bruce trusted the most to give his inheritance to of the bat mantle. So I didn't really care. It didn't do anything for me. Everyone was like, the theater was like, oh, and I was like,
what are y'all gonna do? Are y'all really gonna sit there and wait for a Joseph Gordon-Levitt Robin movie? Fuck off! No. No.
So next. So
next.
We are really excited for this Batman Brave and the Bold. I'm excited to see how the Bat family plays out and interacts on screen. I hope they introduce every other Bat family character too, like Batwoman, Batgirl,
and I hope we get to see Blue Beetle.
Imagine Duke. Oh, Blue Beetle and Batman. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I want to see them do a good dynamic of all these characters. So we're excited for that. Another thing we're excited for is Booster Gold. That's next on this list.
Let's go.
Let me give you a casting for this one. Matt wants Glenn Powell.
No, I want Glenn Powell. He wants
Glenn Powell for Lantern.
Yeah.
I want him for Gold.
No,
I think he would.
Glenn Powell is Booster Gold.
No, please don't do this to me.
That's really pretty good.
But I think he's fun. Like I think seeing him is a funny asshole because Booster Gold's from the fucking future.
He's a showboat.
Yeah, he's a showboat. He goes back in time to make himself seem
be a superhero,
seem like a superhero. So you have this douchey aspect that Glenn Powell murdered.
He already played in Top Gun Maverick, yeah.
Right. So and you said, he's been playing the pilots. Let's switch it up a little bit. Be this douche superhero that's not a pilot. I mean, I would love to see him as Green Lantern. I really would.
Graham, I love you, my boy, but we're not doing that. The agenda is Glenn Powell for Green Lantern. However, I will. Okay, I see your Glenn Powell for Green Lantern. Our Glenn Powell for Booster. I raise you, Billy Magnuson.
Yes,
Billy Magnuson.
Yes, that's the perfect casting. Billy Magnuson is Booster Gold.
Look at him.
No way.
If I could share my screen right now, look at him.
I'm looking at him.
Look at him.
No way.
Look him up, Graham. Have you seen him?
Yeah, I'm looking at him right now. The teeth, though.
And then look at the picture of Booster Gold. Look at him and then look at the picture of Booster Gold. He's perfect.
It's better than Donald Faison.
What? From
Donald Faison played Booster Gold in.
No.
Yes,
wait, there was Booster Gold in Arrowverse?
Yes, Donald Faison played
God,
him in Arrowverse.
I don't even because I could have lived without knowing that information.
That's what I'm like.
Because
no
I'm
way.
glad that I quit watching the CW so that I didn't see.
Oh
Booster
my
Gold.
freaking god!
Shut up.
Yes. Yes.
Well, for all of y'all on Spotify, look him up because that's what we are doing right now.
Bro.
Ew, no! Wait! No! Luis! No!
Bro, I didn't make the fucking decision. What do you mean?
Why did you tell me to look him up? No!
I'm telling you, it's happened before. Is all I'm saying. I like Donald Faison, but what they did him so fucking dirty.
No, wait, that suit is awful.
It's dog
Terrible.
shit. Also, the guy
shit.
somebody played him on Smallville too. I don't know if y'all knew that.
Okay, that's what I was wondering if you were going to Smallville because I can't
Eric
remember
Marstolf played Booster Gold, and he looks like atrocious as well.
All of them looked.
Eric
I love
Marstolf,
Smallville, but they
Booster
all
Gold.
looked horrible in Smallville. Oh my god, yeah, that's
Marstolf.
horrible too.
Bro, they give him a freaking NASCAR racer suit. Okay, looking at the actor, he looks like he can fit the part,
Yeah,
right?
he looks like he could
But
blend in Booster
Yeah,
Gold.
I agree.
The suit looks like dog shit, and that goes along with every other Smallville suit. Green Arrow suit looked like shit. Aquaman suit looked like shit.
Damn,
That looks
Cyborg
horrible.
suit looked like shit.
Horrible, bro.
The only person
who
who had a good suit in Smallville was Clark because all he had was a freaking blue T-shirt and a red jacket and blue jeans.
When he pulled it off in that last episode when he's running on the roof.
That doesn't count because that's the season finale, bro. I'm talking about for the rest of the stuff. Well, actually,
What
no, he
about
did get
Dr.
that.
Fate
He
in
did
that
get
show?
that leather jacket with the Superman symbol on it, and he also had the black trench coat with a kind of icy look.
Which
I'm not
is
gonna lie.
Connor's.
Bro, I can't
which is
unsee
Connor's
Billy
shirt.
Magnuson as fucking
Yeah.
Booster Gold.
Yeah,
bro.
I
That's-
agree.
Whenever they
that's the
cast him as
choice right
Booster,
there.
I'm gonna be so hyped because we called it, man. Who this? We're gonna be like 2 for 2 as far as correct.
What are y'all gonna do if
character
he
cast.
actually says it's Chris Pratt? Because that's who it's gonna fucking be.
I will fucking lose my goddamn shit if they cast
I will
Chris Pratt.
I will delete.
I
I will
promise
delete
you
my
that's what's gonna
HBO.
happen.
I will delete.
Yeah,
I won't go watch the movie. I'll pirate it. The TV show.
No, I'm going off grid. I'm moving up to Colorado, like
Alberta,
Mark Wahlberg,
Canada.
Shooter. Yeah, I'm changing my name.
Graham is gonna disappear. He's gonna come back like Batman did from the training with the League of Shadows. He's gonna leave.
Fan
and he's
casting,
gonna come back with a mission.
even though I know we're not doing that right now. Boyd Holbrook as Green Arrow.
Yes.
I'll leave
So
that.
Yeah,
one of the
I think I saw him on Twitter.
before we move to the
Okay.
next item on the list, that's one thing that didn't get announced, but I hope we see him soon. Green Arrow and Boyd Holbrook
I
is a
agree.
fantastic fan cast. Actually, you know what? He's not just a fan cast.
With a goatee and a mohawk?
The agenda
Yeah,
is
with the
starting.
goatee.
The agenda is
Make
starting.
him actually. I like the dude that played him in CW. I loved.
Robbie
Amell,
Amell, or what's his name?
Stephen
Not
Amell.
Robbie.
So
Stephen
Stephen
Amell.
Amell.
I
is
love
Arrow.
him.
That's the one saving grace for the Arrowverse for
One
me.
saving
Him,
grace of the
him and Grant
Gustin.
Gustin. Him and Grant Gustin. I loved both of them.
Yep.
But Stephen,
And homeboy that played Eobard Thawne.
oh yeah,
Because he was
Fantastic.
when I think of the Reverse Flash now, I think of him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want Anthony Starr for the Boys.
He would
to
be
play
great.
Reverse Flash.
Oh my gosh, he would be great.
He
can play off that psycho evil villain.
absolutely,
really well, so.
absolutely. Who's like got like that fucked up mental head case.
No,
But
for real. They had
my
they had
Anthony Starr. I want him as Dracula in the MCU.
People have been trying to cast what's his name, Charlie Hunnam, fan cast Charlie Hunnam as
from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, they wanted him to be.
He does.
Oh,
yeah,
Charlie
he looks
Hunnam?
like it.
He looks
Yeah.
like a good Green Arrow, but I like
Dude,
Boyd
what's
Holbrook
that?
better.
He's dog shit.
Dude, look at him
There's
in
that one movie that's good where he's kind
What,
of like
Pacific
a mob
Rim?
guy. No, fuck no.
I love that movie. I love that
Holy
movie.
shit! No,
I unironically love that movie too because I thought it was so
it's
cool, the
it's
kaiju
decent,
concept
yeah.
and the
That's Guillermo
robot
del
fighting.
Toro. It's goated. Come on. Man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's
But what's
called
that?
peak
He's
cinema.
like he's acting like the mobster or something. Fuck.
It's not Takers.
It's not
No.
King Arthur and the whatever the fuck Legend of the Sword or whatever.
Is it the
Dude,
Gentleman?
that has like a
The Gentleman?
yeah. I like that. I thought that was good.
Boo.
That was okay.
You say boo?
Yeah.
I like it. Okay now. Okay now.
Dog shit. Boo. Trash.
But I mean-
Got a higher rating than Pacific Rim.
I'm gonna throw him a bone. He was in
They
Triple
sleep.
Frontier. I'll throw him a bone. He was in Triple Frontier, which wasn't.
He was the worst.
wasn't
And he was the
good.
worst part of that movie.
I tried to get Charlie. You heard it.
It's
I tried to help you.
Hey,
that's on you, bro. The ball's in your court now. Act better. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, for real though. How about stop acting, Charlie?
I didn't say that. I said act better. Nah, yeah. So we won't be seeing. I don't know when we'll be seeing Green Lantern, but hopefully soon.
I need chapter 2.
Mr. Golden.
I need him tomorrow. I need to see him tomorrow. And speaking of tomorrow, we got Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow coming up.
Let's go.
Which is one of the best comic books ever written.
Oh,
really?
That's what James.
It's literally
James Gunn said that we are not adapting this story. We are putting this comic on
line
the
for line, panel by panel.
Like, I'm talking panel by panel. Dude, it is heart-wrenching. She basically grows up on a chunk of Krypton. Like, it blows up. She's living on, like, this just piece of fucking rock from the planet.
Really?
And, like, everyone that she is living with now, who's, like, a remnant from Kryptonian or whatever, she just sees them all die. And she, like, has to deal with all of the remnants of her society. And, you know, she come to find out her and Cal meet up on Earth, and they're like, whoa, whatever. But, yeah, it's a really good comic. Cousin. It's a really good comic. And actually that animated movie where she comes in to Earth and, like, Batman and her, like, she's just kind of going crazy, doesn't know how to control her powers. And I'm pretty sure it's Jensen Ackles voicing Batman in that. It's, like, my favorite relationship with Superman, because Superman wants to help her and, like, you know, teach her how to handle her powers, but she can't. And Batman's like, she is a threat. She is more of a threat than you are, because talking to Cal, because
she doesn't know how to control her powers.
She can't control her powers, and she's almost more powerful than Superman because she takes her powers from something other than the sun. She's a little different than Supes, but. Yeah, wow. I'm actually really, 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 really hyped up for this.
This seems like the perfect story for James Gunn to adapt, considering it's like a weird high fantasy, like space opera kind of thing. You know, it seems like that's right up James Gunn's alley. You know,
and it's Tom King.
I was about to say, I hope Tom King and Bilquis. I hope I'm saying her name right or their name right. Bilquis Evely. I hope they're both involved in some aspect. At least
Tom King
you know
is
like, you involved
in heavily in this shit, apparently. In the whole entire chapter, not just in this.
I like that.
But like in the whole chapter, he came out and said that's he's into this. So yeah, it's
I'm down.
It's gonna be hype as fuck.
Let's get into it.
Like, we're not gonna see Earth in this movie, pretty much.
That's okay with me. That's okay with me. We don't need to see. You know,
or is it a show?
It's a movie.
Theatrical release, so
it's gonna be a movie, yeah.
I wouldn't mind if it was a show, but I think it's gonna be hype.
That goes back to what we were talking about, how shows you can flesh out more stuff and tell more stories, more so than a 2-hour movie. But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? It's a new
different production value,
age.
though. That's a thing. But
yeah, that is so that's just the thing about this whole DC thing. And speaking of things. Swamp Thing, which is going to be one of the biggest. To me, this is a massive dub because this Swamp Thing project is going to be the horror side of DC. It's going to be more back into that monster aspect. And James Mangold is directing. James Mangold. Can I get some? Can I get some G's in the chat? Some good G's in the chat. Let me get some claps in the chat. Turn me up.
God, Logan is one of the greatest movies of all time, and the fact that it's a comic book movie.
Not even just
Ford versus Ferrari, Logan. 310 to Yuma.
Bro, James Mangold. James Mangold is a solid director. I have no fear of him directing this movie. I know he's going to do it justice.
Swamp Thing.
Yeah, and Swamp Thing was that you were talking earlier about the show. The 2019.
It got screwed over so bad.
Let's look at James Mangold's
cinematography,
his depth chart,
filmography.
His filmography.
310 to Yuma,
Logan,
Ford versus Ferrari,
The Wolverine.
The new
Indiana Jones, which is coming out in 2020 this year.
Oh shit, he is doing this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He did
Walk the Line, which is
Walk the Line.
Joaquin.
Yeah. He did Identity, Night and Day.
310 to Yuma is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Copland, yeah. Girl Interrupted.
Oh, that's Sylvester in it. Yep.
The Wolverine.
The Wolverine.
Hey, y'all don't rag because you need to do a rewatch. I watched it
no,
a couple weeks ago.
The first watch, I was like, but the second watch, I was like, okay, I see where they're trying to go.
Wolverine's tight.
It's not really that movie was kind of. It's not that movie's fault that the rest of the X-Men verse was fucked up. You know,
absolutely, yeah.
I haven't watched it in years, so I can't.
Dude, you need to rewatch it. You need to rewatch it because it's really
definitely
good.
a good action film.
I think I told y'all I rewatched Logan the other day too.
Yeah, you did.
It was like the night that Deadpool I only call Ryan Reynolds Deadpool because like that's him. When Deadpool himself came out and said, it's going to be Deadpool and Logan, I went back and watched it, and it still holds up to this day. So I'm hyped up for James Mangold.
Let's get it. Let's get after it. It's going to be good. Swamp Thing's going to be phenomenal.
Swamp Thing's going to be the best. Swamp Thing is going to be the best thing in Chapter 1.
Absolutely. I 100% agree.
I agree, too. Let's do this. There's one last...
And if anyone hasn't seen it, y'all should go watch the Swamp Thing show because it got canceled for absolutely no reason when Titan should have been canceled after the first episode. Just watch Swamp Thing. It's amazing.
There's one last section to touch on. Then we're going to do a kind of what we're anticipating the most, what we're most hyped for. So there's a section here about David wrote about Milestone Comics and Static Shock. Now,
Static Shock was supposed to be coming out with a movie soon.
I would love to see a Static Shock movie. I would love for them to cast what's that called?
The guy?
Yeah.
Caleb McLaughlin.
Thank you. I was drawing a blank. I was about to Google his name.
I was thinking someone a little older, but because I forgot about the Static Shock animated
18,
show.
19 right now.
Isn't it? That would be perfect. Because the animated shit.
Caleb is 21 years old, bro. He is perfect. Just
perfect.
Yeah, that's it.
He may be a little bit older than quote unquote a little bit older.
He can play younger.
But he can play it.
He looks young.
I would put him in the Static Shock movie immediately, bro. We need that. So that's just that. I mean,
I hope we see it, bro. I don't know why they've taken this long to make a Static Shock movie. I don't know.
I agree.
I don't know. We should have had one by now.
That's what I'm saying.
We need Static.
Like at least a CW show. Like they should.
Yeah, well,
they had the Black Lightning guy, but
that show was what? And that show was what? That show was doo doo, bro. Show was doo doo, bro. Every CW show
they didn't make a CW show.
But bro, like they had Static Shock and Batman Beyond crossing over back in the day, and then fucking Batman like Terry McGinnis introduces Static to the Justice League, and then he's in the Justice League. Yeah.
So we need Static. We need Static. We need Icon. They need to figure out how to incorporate Milestone Comics. I'm excited for this, but that's all on the mainline DC stuff, the Elseworlds, and our hopeful Milestone Comics. So we'll just do a quick hype / anticipation before we close out this episode. So what are you guys most hyped for? You can say your most hyped show and most hyped movie.
Okay.
Lanterns for me. Lanterns is just my most hyped thing. Movie.
That's my most hyped show is Lanterns.
That's why I agree too. So we're all on the same page. Lanterns is the most hyped show.
I think we're all gonna vary on movies.
The movie's probably gonna be the one that's different.
I'll say Batman, but a close second is gonna be Supergirl. I'm pretty fucking. If it's like shot for shot remake of that comic, I'm in.
What about you, Luis?
I think the movie that I'm most excited for is Batman: The Brave and the Bold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I want to see a good Red Hood. A good Red Hood.
A good Red Hood.
If the shoe fits, you know who I'm talking about. I want to see a good Red Hood. I want to see Nightwing. I want to see Damian. I want to see the Bat family, and just that dynamic between all those characters. I think is just going to be amazing. We're finally going to be able to see it on the big screen, and I'm so hyped. And I hope we get Batman's blue cowl.
Yes, blue cowl, tall ears.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say mine. Actually, no. I'm gonna say this. Then I'm gonna say my choices. I hope they do various suits. I hope they do a blue suit with the big ears. But I hope they do multiple suits, so we see how he's advanced his technology. He's not just walking around in this one standard ass gray suit or one black suit. Right. He's got the jetpack suit. He's got this suit with the cape that can glide. He's got this suit that's like her.
This one can
stuff.
turn my neck, and this one can't.
I hope Ben Affleck is listening.
Director Ben Affleck. Wink, wink. Hint, hint. Cough, cough.
I'm actually crying right now because I love Ben Affleck's Batman.
Oh, he's goated.
I think
I wish his Batman project got pushed through. That probably that would, without diving back into Snyderverse, that probably could have saved the Snyderverse. But oh well.
100%.
That would have been so good, bro.
A Prison Break style movie, because that's what it was going to be. It was going to be Deathstroke releasing all of the Arkham prisoners, and he was going to go from like level to level.
Dude, bro, come on. That would have been so good.
Time crisis type film. Have 24 hours to get them all too.
Exactly. That's what. Exactly.
Bro, Ben, Ben, when you listen to this podcast, not if, when you listen to this podcast, call us. We're ready,
please.
But
fan fiction.
My picks are the same as y'all, bro. I didn't have any variation. It's the same movies. I'm excited for Batman: The Brave and the Bold because of the same reasons. Yep. I want to see the entire Bat family. I want to see how they flesh out the relationships between all the Robins, because there's history with each character. It's not just a working relationship. These are his sons, more or less.
Absolutely.
And then I also do want to see the Supergirl movie because I'm excited for Superman, but I feel like that one's gonna be kind of the go ahead, the gimme movie. Like everyone's excited for Superman because we haven't seen
that movie's gonna make a fuck ton of money.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
The same way I buy my tickets in advance for all the Marvel movies, the same way I'm going to buy my tickets in advance for these DC films. So I'm excited for everything. But my top pick is Batman: The Brave and the Bold, with Supergirl being the honorable mention. So yeah. It's a good time to be a comic book fan. I know this is a DC centric episode, and it's a good time to be a DC fan because now you're out of that hellhole. But this is a good time to be a comic book movie fan, and we are just so excited to be a part of all this and covering everything. This is a little bit of deviation from our usual closing, but I want to thank everyone who's been tuning in each week that we drop something. Like I said before, this is a small fan-run podcast. We don't have any funding. We don't have any backing yet. We're trying to build to that. We're trying to build, but more importantly, we're trying to build an awesome community of just super fans who love the comics and the TV shows and the movies and everything that we talk about, who can engage and have a safe space to, be free and love what you're talking about without any fear of being ostracized or judged or hated on just because you're like one camp or like the other camp. You can love Marvel, you can love DC, you can love everything.
You can hate them both.
You can hate them both. Yeah. If you want to listen and you want to slander something, you can slander it.
You can be a prequel guy, a sequel guy, an original trilogy guy.
Whoa. The sequels now, that's the one thing.
I'm about to say, we don't take sequel fans around here, around these parts.
Prequels are too.
What are you talking about?
I like the first two.
The first two? You don't like episode 3?
The first.
No, he's talking about the first two sequels.
Oh, see, this is why I need to go to bed, bro. I'm stupid.
7 and 8.
But yeah.
Hey, Just got some news. We will be announcing this in our Marvel episode within the next day or two. The Sentry casting will be announced.
Stop playing, bro. For real?
No. Grace Randolph and Can We Get Some Toast just said, so we will be getting that, and it'll be Henry motherfucking Cavill.
Shut up. There's no way. There's no way it's Henry Cavill.
That would be the biggest slap in the face, though, for DC.
That'd be funny as hell.
We're going to make him the evil Superman.
Tell you what, I guess we'll see when we do our Marvel episode. We'll have to discuss that in detail.
How are we getting a Sentry casting before the Fantastic Four casting?
I don't know, but like I said, I guess
that's got 5 years.
We got time for that. But I guess we'll have to discuss all that in our Marvel episode. But as far as this episode, that's a wrap for today. We appreciate, like I said earlier, we appreciate everybody who's watching and listening to our channel. Just keep staying tuned, man. We got so much good stuff cooking up. Be sure to follow us on the Twitter at @ThePodtastic4 with the number 4. So you can stay tuned on everything coming up this year. We have drops, news, leaks. We try and tweet out everything that comes as we get it. Hulk smash the MF like button. Hulk smash that subscribe button. Show us how much you enjoyed this episode by leaving us a 5-star review. Yes, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like the amount of Robins that Batman has. Wherever you listen to this podcast, send this podcast to your friends, family, your Bat family, your coworkers, the Justice League, group chats, James Gunn, Ben Affleck, Dave Filoni, everybody who can see this
Peter
podcast. Peter Safran, yeah, everybody, bro. Send it to everybody.
Zaslav.
He'll
cancel us. Yeah, he'll cancel our second season.
Yeah,
in the middle of the second season.
Y'all don't have the budget. Y'all don't have the budget, so
then give us the budget. Let us cook because we got too many good ideas to not cook. We're gonna keep doing this no matter what. So, thank you guys so much. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all tuning in, and we will see y'all next time on the Podcast 4. Peace.
Yeah.